What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. Micro Mike, and today we are doing the pre-game show, the Lions versus the Raiders, and I am excited for this game today and excited for this show. Let me introduce you to the folks who will be talking about this. First off, we have Positively. What's going on, Positively?
Let's get it, man. Go Lions.
Go Lions, absolutely. And of course, the heart of the city, 313 JMO. I am so excited to have him on the show. What's going on, 313 JMO?
What's good? It's been a long time since I've been on a Sunday pregame show, but I'm happy to be here, man.
And I am happy as well, and I'm sure the chat is finally get to hear what JMO's got to say, because that's important. Of course, we have the field general himself, Luke G from Luke G's Field Review. What's going on, Luke G?
Man, what up, though, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready for a good one. Make sure you go tell a friend that we are alive and we are up and running, and we about to get this thing checked out and popping. Also, make sure you get yourself prepared for the post-game show directly after the game on Luke G's Field Review.
Absolutely. Luke G, can you do me a favor and do some roll call?
Man, absolutely. First, we got Kyle Webb, James Willis, You Go Rex. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, my apologies. We got Keydrix in the building, and 2 down likes, which we appreciate you as well. We got Cyrus's 93. What up, though? George Morgan. What up, though? Excuse me. What up, though? And they coming in, man, just coming in slowly but surely. To everybody who's listening in, what up, though? We got Bree Johnson. What's up, though? Adam Bukart. What up, though? Zach Cook. What up, though? Let me see. D-Map Zoom Squad. What up? Just good. What up, though? We got Chris Cashbar. What up, though? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. JT Sports. What up, though? Dim Sum. What up, though? And to everyone who's coming in, man, welcome to the show. We got a lot to cover. Our Detroit Lions is playing. I love his name, so I got to say it. Boss as a mother. 21. What up, though? I mean, listen, let's get it going, man. You got it, Mike.
Absolutely. And let's just jump right into this. Go with the first question. I'm going to throw this one to JMO himself. What player on offense must have a big game today for the Lions to get that W?
I mean, obviously Stafford, but I'm not gonna go with Matthew Stafford. I'll let somebody else talk about Stafford. T.J. Hockenson. I just saw that JT Sports was talking about how the Raiders got one of the worst tight end groups, and I did look up that, but I don't know what happened to our tight ends, but we need if it's not gonna be T.J. Jesse James, either one of them needs to have it like an 80-yard type of game, because I think the Raiders are gonna score points. And eventually, we're gonna have to be able to be a little bit versatile with the way that we're attacking them, just besides the wide receivers and stuff like that. So we definitely need to use C.J. Hockenson in this game. He's the offensive guy that we need to be special.
Hey, and if you noticed, every game so far this year, there's been one person that's been basically spotted and having a big game. Could be T.J. Hawkinson's finally to have himself a big game since Arizona, and be a good one to do it. So with Positively, who with you for the Lions office must have a big game for the Lions to pull out that W?
I'll go Kenny Galladay. I heard it's his birthday, so needs to have a good birthday performance, get himself 4 touchdowns like Marvin Jones had, and like 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, and that ought to be good for Kenny Galladay.
I support that. But I think for me, Mike, the guy who needs to have the biggest game, in my opinion, it's gonna have to be one of them safeties, Tavon Wilson or Will Harris. I am terrified at what our safety core looks like, and one of those two guys is gonna have to be the one to step it up. So for me, I'm just gonna give it to the safety position as a whole. I just need somebody there to step up, especially if Tracy Walker does not play, and it's looking like he probably won't. I need for one of those two dudes to just have a big game, come up, play the run, and do their best job to keep they coverage deep, so we're not getting killed over the top.
Okay. Well, that was my next question on defense, but who do you got for offense?
Offense, I'm gonna go with honestly, we got to just run the ball. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this not being able to run the ball. Like this should be the game where it be a lot of outside runs. Get that defensive line up there tired and exhausted and stretch them out and let the running backs pick their lane. So We just run the ball. I don't care who it is, who the running back is. Just run the ball and get it outside is what I care about. So if I had to put a name on it, it had to be Ty Johnson.
For sure, man. And he finally can be sponsored and utilized today. There's no excuse because every running back seems to be on injured reserve. And it's important that he finally gets some touches. J-Mo,
Hey, man, y'all
go ahead.
have more confidence in me, man. I don't think we're going to be able to run the ball for the rest of the season. I'm just saying right now. Stafford's going to have the ball out, and Matt Patricia's going to have to play defense. Running the ball is good to hope for, but it ain't going to happen. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I mean, I think you make a point. I think you make a good point, but we can't just abandon the run. I know that it's going to be more pressure on Stafford.
No, what I think is maybe this game, maybe it's going to be a game where we run the ball well just because we're going to stay dedicated throughout the whole season. But yeah, I don't see us running the ball like that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but it's not even a matter of it being dedicated. It's a matter of it being creative. This up the middle stuff, we got to stop with this. I mean, golly, can we get some zone run stretch plays, some toss plays? Can we get that? Can we get those?
Any plays?
Right.
Just not down the middle plays?
Right.
I mean,
like everything is down the middle. That's what it seems like to me.
And Ty Johnson's fast. He can get on the edges. So let's do it. No, what's working right now is not working. So the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. And right now, I think that's why we're going insane, because you're looking at this down the middle is just not working.
Nope.
Now, J-Mo, what player on defense for the Lions need to have a great game to get that W?
I'm going to go with our safeties. I'm sorry. I know, Luke, you're right. You're not wrong. But to expect them to do something in this game, come on. It's just like the running game. They're going to get torched. We're going to have to deal with it. But because they got a really good tight end, they're going to get torched. So,
I can still hope, though, right? I mean, come on, man. Lord Jesus.
Like I said, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but they're going to get cooked. Like, I've been watching the Raiders. They're going to get cooked. Good luck is what I'll say. But I think Trey Flowers has to have another big game because they have a really good offensive line. Derek Carr hasn't been sacked in 3 weeks. Trey Flowers needs to cause some havoc. Needs to get a sack fumble. I'm not a sack numbers type of guy, depending on the player. Like if you're a player that's supposed to get sacked, I expect sacks. But I know Trey Flowers isn't that kind of player. I just need a lot of pressure on him causing havoc, getting Derek Carr off of his spot. I think Trey Flowers has to be very, very, very huge in this game for us to win.
Hey, I'm with you too, and he had a better game last week. Finally got some sacks, something we haven't seen all year. Positively, for you, player on defense, what is the player that must have a big-time game for us to pull out this W?
Snacks. They got Josh Jacobs, 620 rushing yards on 124 attempts, 5 yards per carry. I think Snacks is the guy that's got to come to play today. We got to stop that run, especially today.
I mean, and I think that's a good point that he brings up with Snacks being a big part of it. We can't let the other team establish a run, especially with that dude. That dude will run you over. And we saw what happened with Devin Cook. So you let him get going, it makes life easier for him. So, but you know who the biggest person that we need to have in this game is you guys, the fans. Can we get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen? We got 42 in the chat thus far, 17 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. We can do better than that. I believe that if you show support, the support will show itself to you, and it gets this video in circulation. So let's go ahead and show them that the real people that's needed for this is us, and get those likes up.
The player on defense that I was thinking about must have a big-time game. And to me, I'm thinking it's Jared Davis. I think he must have a big-time game. One of the specials ability the Oakland Raiders can do is run the ball and pass it to the tight end. That is their big-time momentum builder. They have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and their running back rookie is just tearing up defenses. We need to be able to stop that run. And, of course, their tight end has the most yards when it comes to receiving, near 500 yards. We got to be able to stop that tight end. And if we don't get that happening, they're going to keep going down the field on us, and it's going to be very, very hard.
And he fast. Like
Very
he was,
fast.
yeah, he was a receiver who they turned tight end back over, like I want to say like the Ravens or something like that. He was a receiver turned tight end, so he got the speed and he bulked up a little bit this year, so you can kind of see it. But yeah, I think you hitting on a lot of major points that we have to acknowledge it, and we have not been a good team at covering tight ends, particularly because most of our safeties are hurt. So we gonna need for one of them safeties to step it up big time. We are who we going to be if those guys are out there, and those guys have a chance to prove a lot of people wrong, including myself. Because if anybody they know that I am not a fan of Tavon Wilson. I think he's too inconsistent. He does not make any changes or anything like that, and he's meh at best.
And when it comes to Wilson, though, today he needs to have a enormous game. He may be the best safety on the field right now, and so he's got to have a big time game. And when you think of safety, I always think of TA from Noble Sports because he's one of the safest guys that I speak to. He's always doing everything right. He's getting his hair cut perfectly, safely with his kids driving. TA, man, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Hey,
What's going on, TA?
What's up, Luke?
You were not here for the player on offense for the Lions to need to have a good game and defense. Who's the player on offense and defense for the Lions to have a good game? They must
Marvin
get
Hall.
that W.
Marvin Hall. Hey, I'm gonna be an outcast. Marvin Hall, man. Who I really think that needs to have a big game is probably Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford has been playing exceptionally well. And I got to give it to him. I got to take my hats off to him. Stafford has been balling, but the team has not been able to get the W's. And I definitely think that Stafford needs to have a big game to be able. And what I mean by that is being able to spread the ball around, being able to get these tight ends involved. I want to see the tight ends definitely get involved in the game because they have not. You know what I'm saying? You know, the receivers are making most of the passes, but I want to see Hockenson and Jesse James. You're paying him a lot of money, and you want to see this guy be able to do some things out there. So I'm gonna just say I want to see Matthew Stafford. I want to see Matthew Stafford make his team excel this week. I definitely want to see that.
Now, what about defense?
Huh?
Defense,
hold on. What do you say, Luke?
Like, what do you mean? You said you want to see Matthew Stafford.
You
want to see Matthew Stafford make the team excel.
Yeah, being able to get the W, you know what I'm saying? Being able to rack up the wins, and just be able to handle his business as the quarterback out there. You know, you're going against he's not literally going against David Carr, but I'm saying, you know, I just think that his growth and his development as far as being on a team, he should be able to will these guys to victory today.
Oh, all right. Okay, go ahead.
CA.
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, so what about the Vikings game? Was he not good enough to will his team to a victory in that game?
Against the Vikings?
It's possible that your defense is just so bad you can't will anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true. Against the Vikings, that was a different story. Vikings is a different type of beast, especially on defense anyway. The Vikings are a little bit better than the Raiders are on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. The Raiders, though, got one hell of an offensive line, and they can protect Carr and run the ball. They're top 5 in both stats of pass protection and opening up the holes for their running back. So it's going to be a nerve-wracking situation.
A good running back. Yeah, whoever knew that he was going to come out and have 600 and some yards rushing because they've been committed to making sure that young fella gets the ball, and he's been doing exceptionally well. So, you know, he was one, you know, I'm going to just put it like this. Most Alabama running backs, when they come into the league, they do not do well for some reason. I don't know why, exception of a few guys, but most Alabama running backs don't do well. And he has been the exception. He has been balling out, and you're definitely going to have to stop him on today.
For sure. Let me go to this question. Now, we talked about the Lions players that we need to pay attention to. JMO, what player on the Oakland Raiders offense does the Lions really need to pay attention to make sure that we keep this person in check? Who do you got?
Well, I'm going to go with the guy you were just talking about. I do think Winslow needs to be stopped, but whatever. Josh Jacobs. I think the difference between the Vikings loss and the Giants win was simple. He stopped Saquon Barkley from running the football, and he let Dalvin Cook run the football. Saquon had a good game receiving, so did Dalvin Cook. But when it came to running the football, stop Saquon, win. Don't stop Dalvin Cook, lose. So it's the same thing with this game. You stop Josh Jacobs from running the football, we'll win this game guaranteed.
Hey, definitely it's important to stop that run game. And that's how they got to come into this game. Stop the run game, something that we haven't done well this year. And if we do that, we definitely have a chance. Positively, who do you got for the Lions to pay attention to when it comes to the offense of the Oakland Raiders?
It's Josh Jacobs. It's basic. It's lame, but that's the truth. We stop Josh Jacobs, we will win this game. Like, that gives us the best chance to win, is to stop Josh Jacobs.
Okay. Now, Luke G, man, I'm going to throw this one to you. I'm sure you're going to do something a little different here. So who do you got?
I got us, the fans, making sure that we can get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up, and also make sure that you hit that notification bell so you know when we go live and it pops up. Also, make sure you subscribe to each member, because we do make sure that we bring you all your Detroit news. And, you know, if you want to be on the show, you just simply do one thing. Hit me, hit Mike, hit J-Mo, hit one of us up anytime on Discord, whether it be Discord, Twitter, or whatever. Hit us up and we would get you on the show. But to answer the question, we got to stop the entire defensive line. We have to stop their D-line. If that D-line even begins to touch the quarterback, we in trouble. We don't have the run game to bail us out. And so our offense is going to do what it's always been doing for the past 11 years, and that's run through Matthew Stafford. And if we are not able to get him a clean pocket majority of the time, we're dead. Dead in the water, dead in this game, dead for the season. We need to be able to make sure that we keep that D-line at bay. They have surprisingly done a good job of corralling the quarterbacks and stuff with their rush, but we have to be better at keeping the pocket clean for the quarterback.
Okay. Well, when it comes to offensive players, when it comes to the Raiders, I think the Lions must pay attention to Darren Weller, their tight end. That tight end is right now beasting. He's got nearly 500 yards. He is their main offensive weapon besides the running back. He is tearing up defenses. Carr is throwing it his way. We got to keep this guy in check. Just like we've been dealing with all year long, we've been dealing with tight ends that are just straight beasts, man. Every single week, it seems like we're going against one of the top tight ends in the NFL, and this is no different today. The Oakland Raiders, Darren Weller is a straight monster. We must contain this guy to have a chance to win. If we can contain him, we definitely doing our job right now at this point on defense, because their wide receivers are not the greatest. Their running back is very good, but when it comes to Carr throwing the ball, he's going to Darren Weller. And if we can contain that guy, I think we have a shot. Now, TA, who do you got, man, for the Oakland Raiders offense that you're paying attention to?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Waller is one of those guys. When you mentioned him, I was like, oh, okay, Mike is thinking the same thing I'm thinking. It's definitely going to be Waller, but I'm not going to say don't watch out for Williams, because you're going to have to watch out for Williams too, the receiver. He's deceptively fast. And he can do some things as well, too. So, you know, and he's a big receiver. He's a big target. So you got to be able to make sure that you got your eyes on him, too, because sometimes when you focus your attention on another player, then another player starts to ball out. And you do not want to see that happen. You don't want to see our guys get toasted by Williams, because that could happen.
For sure. Now, let me switch it to the other side and throw this one at you, J-Mo. What player on the Oakland Raiders defense does Matthew Stafford in the offense need pay a close attention to?
I'm gonna have to go with I really don't know nothing about the Raiders defense, man. I don't know any of the players. I just watched the games, but
hey man, I just appreciate you being honest about it. You know,
yeah.
I just you know.
I'm not gonna say Tahir Whitehead.
No, I mean, and listen,
and you could have, J-Mo, you could have,
right? And
he's got the most tackles on their team at 50.
And the best part about what you did is it just proved that we are not here to just blow smoke at people's butts, man. We are trying to do our best to give the factual information. So just wanted to, give you your praise for being honest and saying, man, I don't know much about that defense.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
man.
like I've seen, like I said, I don't know the names of the players. I've seen 3 Raiders games, but I just don't know. I just don't remember the players' names. But I do think they got a nice young safety. He's really good. Stafford don't throw none of them first quarter Giants passes to him because I think he will pick you off. I like their young safety. I actually like their cornerbacks more than most people. I think their corners, they play tough and they play physical and they will play man and be pretty good at it at certain points in time. But I still think we could expose it, but we got to be smart. This is a game where we would think our receivers would go off, and it might not happen if we underestimate their cornerback. But that's all I got, man.
Okay.
right.
Positively. Go ahead, man.
Well, I was going to say to hear Whitehead, but for a completely different reason. Throw at him, run at him, just attack to hear Whitehead all game. That's what I would say. That's why I would say pay attention to hear Whitehead.
Now, when it comes to Tahir Whitehead, though, he's their leading tackler on defense with 50. He's actually having really
Always
good
a leading tackler.
What's that?
Because he tackle you. I think he's always a leading tackler because he tackle you after you get 30 yards.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Okay.
You gonna do him like that, bro? You gonna just do him like that?
Well, look.
Bro, he was the leading tackler when he was on the Lions. He's still trash.
I ain't arguing with nobody today.
TA, man, who you got?
I ain't in the mood.
Who do you got for the Raiders defense?
Well, like kind of like how J-Mo said, I don't know too much about these guys. You know what I'm saying? Basically, to hear Whitehead, no, I'm just joking. But I don't know too many. I know I gotta put it this way. I do know one guy that we definitely gotta keep our eyes on, and that's the rookie Farrell. Farrell been having a solid season for the Raiders. And we don't want him to be able to get to Matthew Stafford like that in this game. And he could possibly well do that because he has been playing well and he has been a great addition to their team, especially when you lost Khalil Mack. You didn't know what you were going to have, but they decided to draft this guy and he has been panning out for them, man. And he's been balling, man. So I say Cleveland Farrell, that's a guy that you want to make sure that he's not breathing down the throat of Matthew Stafford all game.
The guy that I'm paying attention to is the defensive end, 3rd-round pick, Max Crosby. He has been actually doing really well, starting to heat up as of late when it comes to pass rush and getting after the quarterback. I feel it's very vital for Matthew Stafford to stay upright in this offensive line to hold him back. If you get Stafford in the pocket and he's sitting there, he's going to pick defenses apart all day. But if you start pass rushing him with Max Crosby and he has to throw that ball a little bit sooner, it could really hurt us as a team, and that's something that we don't need. We definitely need to pass the ball this game because our running game is hurting as it always is. And
Just
when I think when I talk about the running game, Luke G, will Ty Johnson finally be used today as majority of the running back that we have not seen all year?
No.
No.
Listen. This is the truth. There's a reason why they keep running the ball inside. There's a reason why. We may not like it, but the reason they keep running the ball inside so much is they're trying to pull those guys up. They're trying to get that 8th man in the box. They're trying to do that so they can get more of the one-on-one matchups down the field. I get it. But for crying out loud, can we just get a stretch play? I don't care if you call Wildcat. Get the ball outside. Let the guy make the move that he need to make to find the hole that he need to make. And I don't see them changing it in this game. Okay. Now their DNs on the Raiders, very athletic. I can see them, doing their part to keep outside contained. I can see that. But when you stretching and it's lane upon lane that the running back can pick for himself, I think it makes for a better. And to me, I just don't think that we're going to do it. I'm just, to me, I'm going to be counting how many times we run the ball outside off this, or just off tackle. Just off tackle. I'm going to be counting because it's just not working. I don't think we started today. I don't think that they got enough respect for this team. I think they feel that they can run this thing through, right up the gut of the Raiders, and they're going to keep doing it.
Okay. J-Mo, will Ty Johnson finally get his workload that we've been waiting for all year? Or is something going to happen where another running back will get the ball instead of him?
Well, first of all, I don't think we should use Ty Johnson that much running the football, because apparently if you run the football with the Lions, you get put on injured reserve. I mean, Ty
Y'all cold today.
played one game as the bell cow for the Lions and broke down. Like it's just hilarious. With Ty Johnson, I mean, I don't really think he's gonna have that big of a game. But whenever I don't think a running back's gonna have a big game, that's what happens. But the thing with Ty Johnson for me is, why can't we use him out of the passing game a little bit more? I know in the last game we tried a couple passes, they didn't really connect, but we need to use that more and just use him as a decoy. Because to me, it's not really. I mean, obviously, the run plays that we've been calling haven't been stellar. But to me, if you're a great running back, you can work your way around something. I just don't think. I never thought Ty Johnson was like a pure running back. Like he's a 7th round pick. When we drafted him, I didn't think he was a guy that I want, being my bell cow running the football. He was a guy that I knew who could run the ball and release and was great out of the passing game. So I guess we have to run with somebody else. I don't know who. JD, I don't want to do JD McKissick. Like, no. I don't know, where's Mark Thompson at? Like, I think Mark Thompson will be great for this football team right now, and I don't know why he's not with us.
Well, right now we just need bodies that have legs and can breathe.
Preach.
Exactly.
Everyone that's in there gets thrown on injured reserve.
Bruiser, man.
And if you look at it from this standpoint, with the injuries that are mounting up, it seemed like for the most part we was healthy for the first quarter of the season, and then they just started piling on piece by piece.
Right.
And it was piling on in the area that we thought would be a weakness, but ended up being a strength, the secondary. So now we like, man, what next? We started to get some of the linemen back on defense, but we're losing secondary people. So I'm with you on the run game, man. I don't know if Thompson would be the fit. I would rather they go out and get somebody who can actually bring some power behind their run, like a Jeremy Hill, Alex Collins. Obviously, they talked to Jay Ajayi, but Mark Thompson, I don't know.
I like
he's better than what we got right now, and what we got right now is a bunch of people on IR.
I just feel like he got the familiarity with his team already. And I mean, in the preseason, he wasn't bad. And we've seen where you can't tell me Trey Carson or whatever, Trey Carson, you can't tell me he that much better than Mark. I mean, come on, Carson. But I just feel like continuity. Obviously, I prefer Jeremy Hill or Alex Collins, but you know how the Lions are. It's a low ball way to get a running back that might be productive, that knows your system already.
Right.
We don't need him to do anything but basically split carries with Ty Johnson. That's all we need. So.
And I just want to add to that, J-Mo. I just want to add to that about Ty. This is how I looked at the situation with Ty Johnson. Basically, the Lions have not given him the carries that I thought that the Lions would give Ty Johnson after C.J. Anderson left. A lot of us were excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, man, they're gonna promote the young guy and allow him to be able to get some carries. And now that Kerryon Johnson is down right now, it's like, man, this is a great time to see how to use Ty Johnson. And I think that the Lions should be taking advantage of that. They need to see they should. Yeah. They should be taking advantage of it, Luke. Definitely. I think that the Lions are not making the most of the opportunity with this young fellow, and they're not utilizing him the way that they could utilize him. Because, like Luke said, doing these dive plays and things of that nature, I don't think that that's what we should be doing. We should be doing counters and misdirections and also off the tackle runs, things of that nature, that you can utilize that guy and he could be effective out on the field, is what I see from Ty Johnson. And they're not allowing Ty Johnson to have the touches to be able. You have to get comfortable out there as a running back. You get comfortable the more carries you get out in the game. And by the Lions not allowing this young kid to get more carries, he's never going to get comfortable in the offense. and he should know the offense more so than these guys that they bringing in off the streets. He should know the offense a little bit better because he's been with us for the whole season so far. So I'm thinking that in this game,
I'm sorry, TA, but both of us said the Lions are Google searching right now how to use Ty Johnson. Lord Jesus, that caught me off guard.
That's right now. Comment of the day. I'd laugh.
Man, that would caught me off. Yeah, as soon as I saw, I'm like, what? They Google searched it. Lord Jesus, no, bro.
But just to conclude to what I was saying, I just think that they should definitely allow the young man to get some more touches and try to use him in a way where you're doing something that he can be. You got to play to the player's strength, as I like to say. You got to coach to the player's strength, and that's what they need to do with Ty Johnson. You got to see what he can do, man. You have to see it. If you're giving this guy only 5 or 6 carries in a game, that's not going to be good.
No, but
go ahead, J-Mo.
Yeah, I'm not like, I ain't trying to like attack Ty Johnson, but I don't think he's like a pure runner of the football like that.
Right, and I understand that, but you're not going to really know it.
Ty Johnson, no, I do know it. I've seen him run the football, but if you put him on like the Cowboys O-line, Ty Johnson would be a superstar because he would have the holes to run through to use his speed. But when it comes to him creating off of his own, running up the middle, now obviously he needs to be outside so we can see what kind of outside runner. He might be the greatest outside runner in the league. We don't know. We need to see that. But when it comes to the traditional under center I formation type running, he's not like a pure running back like that. So that's why I said I don't want to overuse him like that because I don't.
Yeah. So you see him as more like a scat back, so sort of like.
Yes. That's exactly what I see him as.
Now, when you think of football games, you always think of the good ways of winning a game is be able to run the football and stop the run positively. Today, are we going to be able to run the football and stop the run of the Oakland Raiders?
Stop the run? Yes, I think we can stop the run. Will we be able to run the ball? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think we're certainly going to try to run the ball. But I don't think we're going to be able to run the ball effectively today. The Raiders, I think someone said they have the 5th-ranked run defense. So I don't think today's the day I'm not so confident that today's the day we go off on with the run. But, yeah.
I'm with you there, man. I think this question's a kind of a moot question, but I got to throw it out there to Luke G, man. Are we going to be able to run the ball and stop the run today?
No, we're not running. Listen.
We haven't done it all season.
Listen, I just don't think that. I think that I'm telling you, listen, if you don't drink, get some Kool-Aid, get some Ohana Punch, if you know what I'm talking about, for those people who familiar with the Ohana Punch. Whatever your drink of choice is, and just every time they run up the middle, drink. Either you're going to have diabetes or be drunk by the end of the game. Either way, it's happening. In terms of us stopping the run, yes, we'll be able to stop the run. I don't think Jacob poses that breakaway speed threat that we should be concerned with. And he is not as patient of a runner as I've seen other runners. He hits the hole and he hits it hard. And I think that'll work against him. So we'll be able to stop the run. But us running the ball, I would be very surprised if we run the ball today. Just because I know we're going to be going up the gut and up the gut again, and then up the middle some more. I mean, it's so frustrating because it's like we haven't broke a run. I feel like the last few weeks for longer than 3 yards up the middle. Why do we just keep giving it up the gut? Right. Like, can we just no?
I think the longest run we get is Matthew Stafford having to run.
Right.
And that's not even a joke.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Right. You know, and then when you go through and you look at people like what's the cornerback? Jamal Agnew, they run a jet sweep with him. Run it with somebody else. Put JD McKissick in there. Put anybody, for crying out loud, come up with something.
Yeah.
I like using Agnew on offense. I think we should use him more on offense, see what he's capable of, but that's just me. Yeah, we're not gonna have a running game. We know that, like I said, when it comes to Stafford carrying the team, it's the same old Lions. The only difference is we're supposed to have a head coach, so hopefully he can fix this defense. But Y'all know we not gonna run the ball. Like,
Right.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like asking, do you need oxygen to breathe? Yes, we need oxygen to breathe. You know we're not
Yes,
running
I
the
can't
ball.
breathe. I can't talk to you, Luke, if I don't have it.
Right. And then on top of it, Graham Glasgow's not playing. So that means they can't do their rotation thing with Joe Dowell and Wiggins now. Oh my God,
That
man.
rotation
What?
thing is dumb.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
TA,
That is
man.
And I see,
Yeah.
Like, wait, you know your running game. You know your running game is bad when the fans and the people in the chat talking about putting Nick Barton out there, see what he could do. And I actually like the idea, but
Right.
Hey, he might pile a couple people.
Nick Barton can do.
Right.
Man,
You never know, man. He could be a bruiser.
give
Yeah,
Snacks
yeah,
Harrison the ball.
Like the man.
Right.
You know, it's funny. I'm mad he missed that one play, but I actually think Nick Barton can run routes. When I see him run a couple routes, he didn't always get the ball, but he was like wide open. I'm like, oh, okay, Nick Barton is a sleeper. He's trying to bring the fullback back. So be like the Patriots and use your fullback.
Yeah, I'm just at that point where when I look at the offensive line, the fact that Kenny Wiggins is out there, Kenny Wiggins, every
He's
time you watch
MVP.
it,
Said
man,
no one.
right? You know what I mean? Like it's like, bro, it's going down. It's going to be bad. So I don't expect to see anything different in terms of us being able to establish a run with this offensive line. That's why I said we got to keep the quarterback clean because we're going to win this game on the back of Stafford again.
Yep.
Again.
TA. Are we going to be able to run the football and stop the run?
Mike, did you just say,
I'm being good, man.
I was about to call you Luke.
You call me Mike G.
Mikey. Come on, Mike. You know, man, we haven't been able to do it all season, man. I don't see anything changing, man. I'm glad to have Hand back. You know what I'm saying? He has been a guy that's kind of helped us out a little bit last week, but we haven't been able to do it all week. So I don't think that anything changes. You know what I'm saying? I think that we are who we are. You know what I mean? We can't stop the run, and we can't run the football. So we are who we thought we were.
Absolutely.
But you know what we can do though, Mike? You know what we can do? Even though we won't be able to run the ball, we will be able to get our likes up. We can do that. We will be able to get our likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up. We will be able to spread the news to other Detroit Lions fans and Lions Pride members. Spread the news. We will be able to get this video in a good rotation so that other Lions fans can come here and be a part of the community and be a part of the process. Post-game show will be on my channel, Luke G's Field Review, after the Detroit versus Raiders game. So you're going to want to be over there. If they win, you're going to want to be over there. And if they lose, you want to be over there. And if they tie, you really going to want to be over there. And I'm telling you right now, if they tie, viewer discretion has been advised. Okay? This was your warning.
I was about to say, if they tie, bro.
This is your warning.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
No, come on, man.
Wait,
Come
what?
on.
If they tie, bro, I am going crazy, bro. I would just
I can't. We can't do no tie. We just can't do it. So
Wait, Luke, if you said viewer discretion is advised if we tie, how bad is it going to be if we lose?
you know what?
Different than tying.
It's different than a tie. A tie to me is something that, you know, when you're getting ties, that's not a win or a loss. We can't take another tie. We just can't.
It hurts.
We can't. We try to get to the playoffs. We can't take no tie. Tie does not help us in no fashion. You know what I mean? So
And you're saying a loss does help us?
I'm not saying that, but guess what? You got 2 ties on your books, and you know for a fact that, you know, taking an L doesn't help you neither. But a tie, like what's the tiebreaker past win loss?
Mm-hmm.
So before we even get to the tie part of the tiebreaker for that, it doesn't suit us. But that's why I said let's get those likes up, man. So I'm just putting it out there. You know, we'll be in a good point because, like I said, it's just we're the Lions, okay. And the more I watch this season, the more I come to the conclusion that my worst fears are coming true, and that's the head coach. So
now,
Oh man.
when you think about this defense, there's a lot of stuff.
I want to piggyback off of what Luke just said.
And you just started something.
I know I'm not gonna be long, Mike. I'm sorry, man. Look, I was just gonna say this. Last year, now, because to me, this is why I said this is the game of the season. Last year, the Lions were 3-3. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
We went to what was it, Seattle, and got demolished, and then we started getting demolished for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
We're 3-3-1 right now. If we go in here and lose to the Raiders, we going 7-8 or whatever you want to call it. This is the game. If we in the same position we was last year, 3-3, potential to make the playoffs. You have to win this game. You cannot lose this game. And to me, this is on Matt Patricia. You have to win this game.
Yeah.
Okay,
And listen, and Chris Cashball makes a very good point. He said if the DSA can get a like for every dive we run, we overthrow Sports Center. So I'm just telling y'all, put them likes up.
Right, get them likes up, guys.
Put them likes up. I'm telling you. Because I can assure you, I can assure you, they gonna have a lot of dives today, and we can get more likes than that. Then we probably won't never get more likes than they get dives. We just never beat that record, but we can try our best to do so. So get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. 63 people, 65 in the chat, 44 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down, and maybe if we give more love to 1 thumbs down to switch their mind.
Well, since JMO brought up that point of losing, what it really could do to us, let me throw this one to you, TA. Is this a must-win game again?
Yeah. You putting yourself, Mike. This is a must-win for the Lions. We know that. If you don't win this game, you know what I'm saying. Some of us have already speculated, and some people have already threw the towel in already. But to us that still, have a little faith, a little hope going on with the Lions still that they can possibly make it. Yes, they have to be able to win this ball game. It's vital and it's crucial. And it's pivotal for the Lions to be able to go out and get this game on today. And you have to beat teams on the road. That's part of being going into playoffs, because if you even make it into the playoffs, you have to be able to beat teams on the road. And for the Lions to get that W today means the world. It means the world for those guys to go out and get it, man. So today is very, very important for the Detroit Lions if they want to extend their season a little bit longer.
And with that said, also, folks, if you're a subscriber and you'd love to be on with us when it comes to the roundtable, DM one of us. You could do it either Luke G, JMO, or myself, and we will definitely get back with you with that. And with that said, positively, is this a must-win game?
I don't know why it's a question. Yeah, it's a must-win game.
Right, tell them positively the same thing.
Well,
no brainer.
Every game is a must-win game, but no, it's absolutely a must-win game. Like, dude, if we lose, our playoff chances aren't good, but if we lose this game, they're gonna plummet. I mean, we already dug ourselves a hole. I think there's hope, dude. Teams are taking losses. Teams are going to start taking losses, so we got to start taking some dubs, man. Yes, It's a must-win game.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm definitely with you. This is a must-win game. Every game right now is a must-win. We started with a little bit of hole, and we got to dig ourselves out. We need some of that ladder to get up out the hole and start going in the correct direction, and we got to get a W. Even though it's an AFC team, we got to get that W. Luke, man, in your opinion, is this must-win?
Every game for the rest of the season is must win. Every single one. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a team with 10 wins is not making the playoffs. And it's shocking to say that for the NFC, that it's gonna be a team with 10 wins who's gonna miss the playoffs. And it's absolutely a must win. I'm with PD. This ain't even no question. This is a hands down every single game from here on out is a must win. Okay, after this game, we got the Bears must win, Cowboys must win, the Bears must win. Every game is a must win, and it's going to start with us being able to understand that we can't keep playing up to or down to our opponents.
Yeah, so
we got to play. We got to play Lion football. And if anybody know anything about Lions do one thing well: they work together in a group to bring down their biggest targets. They don't play down to that. You will even see a lone lion take on the elephant. He know his chances are stacked against him, but in his eyes, he want the challenge. He want all that smoke, and we have to be that team. We have to be that team that says we want all that smoke. We want every bit of the fire that's being placed around us because we are not backing down. We can't keep playing up to and down to our opponents, and we can't keep acting like, oh, this is a game we might be able to get away with letting this one slide. No, this team needs to be able to step up. And if they don't do it, then I promise you, I promise you, it's gonna be some heads turning, some pink slips handed out, and a fan base on the riot mode. That ain't what you want, people. We had one riot in Detroit. We ain't trying to start another one with this dumb stuff. This is a must-win game. They better go out and win. They better go out, score touchdowns, and I don't want to see no freaking field goals unless it's an extra point.
Folks, LA Original is in the chat now. He is a YouTuber as well for the Los Angeles Chargers. So if you like talking football and some Chargers football, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He's a great guy. Got to get him on here one of these days, and then he can join us. So DM me, and we'll get you on one of these days. Go ahead, JMO.
I'm sorry, JMO. And he got a good reason to root for the Lions to beat them Raiders, because I believe the Raiders are in the same division as them. So. Yeah, we taking all that support, LA. Thank you.
we appreciate it.
Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for the support. But I was gonna say that the main reason why I feel like these games are must-win games compared to like if we were playing the Patriots next game is like look at the teams we play. Like we playing teams that we should be able to beat. And I'm not saying if it was a murderer's row coming up, these aren't must-win games. But y'all know exactly what I'm saying. The Bears, the Cowboys, the Raiders, none of these teams are a game above 500. Well, more than a game above 500. Then you got the Redskins, Vikings again. That's going to be a big game. And then the only other good team after that is Packers. So basically, the only other good teams that we really face, great teams that we really face, the only other great team is literally the Vikings and the Packers. Every other team is average, just like we are. So to me, if our schedule was tougher, I probably think the season was over. But when you have winnable games and you know, like I said, you 3-3 in the middle of the season, that's when you really have to start winning, especially when your quarterback is playing like this.
Yeah. Plus it's about we in the second quarter of the season. So you got one game against the Packers that's questionable. You beat the Giants. You go out here, you beat the Raiders, and then you beat the Bears. You're 3-1 for second quarter. I think most teams will take that.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I think we can be in any game and we can lose any game. I think the biggest thing is for us is to not shoot ourselves in the foot. I think we say week after week, but one of those deals where it's really hard to when you literally got revolvers pointed at feet. And it's constantly getting shot at. It's really hard to not shoot ourselves in the foot in that sense. Now, if we lose this game, if we take the L, is the season over, Luke?
Yes. Listen, this okay. While this game may not be a conference game, what this game does is you have to start to look and say what games are going to be tougher past this. And J-Mo touched on it. The Vikings going to be tough. The Bears game is going to be tough. But the Packers is going to be a tough game, even though we're going to be at home. You have to start to look at what games are going to be tough. You still got to. We're on a road for the next 2 weeks. So yes, you gotta get these wins. Every win needs to come out where we end up basically proving that we won the game versus that some strange call or it took somebody missing something. We need to go out and establish ourselves and win these games. We can't take no more L's, people, because our schedule does not give us the leeway for it. You know, I mean, some teams are fortunate, like Green Bay, who get to play a Kansas City Chiefs team without their best quarterback.
Lucky, yeah, dang, man, they're so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, and they get a chance to go up against a lot of the teams at a different time. But just imagine if Patrick Mahomes is in that game, I believe they lose that game. Even in that game, it was a questionable call that got them, you know, in a position like, oh, what just happened? So it's one of them things where y'all got to start to look at things a little bit different with what's going on in the NFL. And to me, this is one of them games where, for me, the Lions can't be at the wrong end of the win-loss column. They just can't. We lose today, and we need to start just talking about, you know, how do we improve and get ourselves prepared for next season? But every game counts.
Absolutely. I think we all can go ahead and answer that question. This is a must-win game, and the season's pretty much over. We take that L. We're in a lot of pain. We're definitely feeling the pain from the pain train. Interestingly enough, I seen Marquise Carr there. He put that the Raiders screwed the refs, the refs screwed the Raiders over and the Lions. So this will be an interesting game. They can't screw both of us over. So who gets less screwed? This will be interesting to pay attention to. I think the referees are going to be in a conundrum here. Who do you take favor over, the Lions or the Raiders? They hate them both, so that'll be interesting fact.
They hate us both.
They do. They seem to treat them with certain treatment that goes to show that this league is about narratives and it's about money. And this is why I hate fantasy football, because I really believe fantasy football ruins sports. And I believe that fantasy football ruins football, because all of a sudden now it's all about the numbers. Every day I got to debate somebody, and all they want to do is point out deadline numbers. And I'm like, did you watch the game? I don't have to. The numbers speak for themselves. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't have to watch the game anymore.
Yeah, I don't have to watch them. The numbers speak for them, And
Thanks,
it's like
fantasy football.
right. It's like, what? And another reason why I look at the fantasy as the corporate for why you send some of these calls is because guess who else is in on this? Vegas. Vegas got money on it. And what do they know that we don't? That they don't lose money like they should be. But people be winning fantasy leagues. How? It's just little stuff. Maybe conspiracy theories, but I'm just really pointing out that we got to be able to pay attention to it. Yeah, they hate us both. It just boils down to who all the money is on and how they gonna call it.
Yeah, facts. That's facts, in my opinion. I think it's fairly clear that both franchises have been screwed over by the referees, and it's like a three-way game. Literally, you got the Lions versus the Raiders versus the refs. It's like a WWE, triple threat match or something going on there. So it'll be interesting to see what takes place. But I want to talk about bold predictions. TA, when it comes to this game today, what is your bold prediction that could take place?
My bold prediction: the Lions win the game, 21-17.
That's not bold.
It's bold, bro. Like,
Mike, that is bold. Hey, Mike, that's cold hard facts, baby. That ain't the bold.
Right, where's the boldness?
Hey, man,
I'm not
21-17, man. I'm not gonna say, because I know some people are gonna say it's gonna be a shootout, but I'm just, every time I've said, I've gone the opposite way and said it's gonna be a shootout, and then Lions gonna score like 30-something points. They end up scoring like 17 or 14, 20, 21, 28. So 21-17. I'm gonna play it on a safe ground today, Mike.
Now, Kid Dead has a bold prediction. He
says
Ty Johnson has 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's a bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction.
I like it there, man.
It's really bold.
Hater House got a bold prediction. Lions get 5 sacks. I mean, because I don't know if they're gonna be able to touch the Carr. Carr can run. So
and they got a great offensive line.
But I got a bold prediction for you, and
Go ahead.
And I think it's likely to happen. But TJ Hockenson gets at least 10 catches and about 160 yards for like 3 touchdowns.
Okay, now that's bold. That's bold.
Yeah, man, that's cold hard facts, man. That's cold hard facts.
Sorry, I'm sorry to say it like this, but the way Stafford been playing, that's not bold at all.
No, I'm gonna tell you because if you look at what they've been doing, they've been treating TJ Hockenson like he a vet, man. It's like crazy to see it, but I think that this is one of them games where I think that he's going to get a lot of targets and he's going to have to get it. I think he has another one of those flawless games and he blow it up. But you know another bold prediction, that our chat with 82 people in it will get those likes up to 82 likes and 100%, so we can get this video in circulation. Now that's an even bigger bold prediction. Let's get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We do appreciate y'all being here. We got 84 in the chat, 56 thumbs up. Let's get those likes up, and if you have already did so, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know you're still rocking with us. Also, prepare yourself after the game, post-game on Luke G's Fear Review. If you're not on Discord, if you're not on Twitter, just simply subscribe to the channel. You can see our community posts. We do let you know where things are going to be and how they're going to be before it happens. So we appreciate you guys for being with us. Man, I love Joey Snow's in one picture, man, with the Ken and Ryu. I ain't seen that in a long time, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Here you go, mispronouncing names. His name is Ryu.
Is it Ryu?
Cool. Yeah,
Ryu.
it's Ryu.
What? Listen, I never said that I'm gonna get a name right. I don't forget a face, but I will botch the hell out of your name.
Yeah, I messed your name up.
I'm here to help you out.
Hey, that's what you here for, man. Do your job, J Mo. Stay on your job, man. What is his name? JD who? JD what? McKissick?
Yeah, McKissick. Yeah, you got it. Bro.
Okay. Okay.
Now-
Thank you.
now-
His name is Jay Ajayi, not Ajayi.
Bo
Yeah,
Geddon
that's right.
says a really absolutely bold prediction. He says, "We finna beat you all." That's definitely
That is a bold prediction.
Well,
That is a bold prediction.
Well,
hey,
hold on, Mike. Well, y'all are the favorites, so if the favorites win, I don't know how that's bold, but that must mean that's what y'all think about us. But I will say, this is gonna be Marvin Hall coming out party. When I say, I mean like talk of the town, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns,
Man,
going crazy.
tell him,
This
J
is gonna
Mo.
be the game where Marvin Hall is he's gonna destroy the race. Yeah, I'm talking all the cats. I know.
man, take all that smoke.
Hey, we want all the smoke, baby.
Yeah,
We
take
want
all the
smoke.
especially since
Marvin
Bo Gideons
Hall
came in
is
here
going
talking about
to
we finna
ball
beat
out.
y'all. Give him all the
Marvin
smoke, J
Hall
Mo.
is going to destroy them. I'm telling you, he's gonna hit them he only gonna have 3 catches, but they all gonna be for 50 yards.
Hey, hey, cold hard facts. Did you know this young fella is leading the league in yards per catch?
Yes, he is leading the league in yards.
Yeah, that's
And it's
crazy.
not
That is
true.
crazy.
No,
And that's
but
a cold hard
that's-
fact. He
that's what
averaging
I
like
said.
40 something a catch. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
I
the
mean,
thing about Marvin Hall, and I'm not talking about the catch last week. Those other 2 catches that he caught, like those were, Stafford threw some insane passes, but those were like great catches. Like average players, I said it before, average players don't make those catches. So I like this kid. Like he's gonna be something, man. I'm telling you.
And folks,
Yeah, I like him
if
too.
you ain't subscribed to the members of the DSA that's currently on this panel, please do so. The information for their channels are in the description. And if you are a Raiders fan, subscribe anyways, man. We love bringing other fan bases on our channel to
Facts.
talk about their team. We do it all the time. One
Yep.
of the main guys that seems to come on all the time is Rage MK. He is a Packers fan, folks. So if you're a Raiders fan,
do
you wanna talk
not get
football,
raised up in here, man. Don't get raised up. We don't need that drum
Yeah,
of the
Ray's
day.
probably listening now.
Yeah,
Right.
Rage is good. I like Rage. I like
Yeah,
Rage.
Ray's he a good guy. But Bo Gideons, if you are interested in coming on to the post-game show and you got Twitter, hit me up on Twitter so we can get you on the post-game show. I want you to keep that same energy when you say y'all finna beat us. I want that same energy when y'all take that L. I want that same energy now.
Hey,
For the record, I don't know how y'all can like Rage. He's a Packers fan. I don't like Rage. He's a Packers fan.
Man, listen,
Hey,
listen.
man.
Packers need love too. You love cheese.
No,
I
he
love
don't
cheese.
need no
Rats
love.
love
Right?
cheese.
I actually don't like cheese.
Oh well, I
what?
love cheese. You know, I'm sorry. Macaroni and cheese is my favorite. I mean,
Wiper
I
or
don't like the
Wire
Packers, bro.
Wire Hyperbore says, I enjoyed this podcast as a Raiders fan. Hey, that's
Appreciate
awesome,
you.
man.
Appreciate
We're
you. Any-
football fans before we
Right.
were just Lions fans, and we love talking
Right.
football. So
Football,
if you
yeah.
want to jump on with
Exactly.
us one of these days or for the post-game show, contact one of us. We'll get you on there. Positively. Bold prediction for the game. What do you got, man?
Lions win by 3 possessions.
Oh,
Matthew Stafford breaks the NFL touchdown record and throws 8 or more touchdowns.
Hey,
Dominate.
listen, that's bold. That's bold.
Hey, no, I wanted to say Stafford was gonna throw for 500 yards, but I wanted to chill out.
Lord Jesus.
That'd be insane.
He said
man,
3
he
possessions.
right, man. And he said Stafford gonna break the touchdown record. About to get 8 tubs. TJ gonna have 3. Kenny gonna have 2. Amendola gonna have 1. Jay gonna have 1. Marvin Jones gonna have 1.
Man.
Touchdown gonna have 1.
Marquise Carr.
If that comes to fruition, we're winning by more than 3 possessions.
Score gonna be 50-25.
Marquise Carr. Go ahead and DM myself or Luke G. We'll definitely get you on.
Yes,
We do have a
absolutely.
little bit of parameters when coming on the show, but we'll definitely love to have you on if you're willing to join.
Yep.
For
Absolutely.
sure. So that's a big prediction, man. Positively. That was
PD got me feeling good about life right here. I'm like, listen, they win by 3 possessions, and I'm like, bring on the Bears right after the game. Like, come on, let's get this over with. Let's get them over with right now. Bring them on. We can nip this in the butt and be free, man. Let's go ahead and do it. But He said 3 possessions, records getting set, babies just going to sleep, and people getting rocked out. I mean, hey, I'm loving it, man.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'm gonna be loving it, but I'm going with that
one. Luke, man, bold prediction.
Like I said, I think TJ Hawkinson has a huge game, but now I'm changing it just because, you know, PD got me going, man. I say the Lions come out, dominate the first half, go into a half with a 28-7 lead, and actually close the game out, winning by those 3 possessions. I'm on board with you now, PD. You did it for me. I'm in the building with you. I'm going big with you. Go big or go home, and I'm already at home, so I'm going big.
Hey, man. Hey, is Daniel Jones a rookie?
Who?
Daniel Jones a rookie, right? Yeah, he's a rookie, right?
Wow, what's your quarterback?
Have fun with that prediction, then. I'm just saying he threw 4 touchdowns last week. But
yeah, he did.
Bro.
hey, you know, he,
All right,
it's one of the moments. But listen, we got 86 in the chat, 65 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. We trying to get more love in the building with the thumbs up, so the thumbs down person can change their mind. And if they don't, we still love you. We still here for you. Okay. But yeah, boss is the most. I think the Lions will win by 4 possessions and 4 turnovers, and the defense, Luke, won't be stressed with all foot. Man, my hair already going great. It's stressed out here for real.
Right.
So
you gotta chill out, man.
It's just like for real. But no, man, listen, he got me, man. Listen, he got me feeling real good. Like, you know, so I'm going with that. I'm going with him. I'm on train with PD, man. We about to light it up on y'all, man. Watch out for Josh Jacobs. We gonna watch out for him.
Yeah, we're gonna watch out for him.
Yeah, we gonna watch out for him. Absolutely. And when we done watching out for him, just make sure you watch out as you see him on that back a lot, because he ain't gonna be doing too much. Now, he's one running back that I do like, but one of the things with him, he has a tendency to do similar to like what we got with ZZ, where he just do what he's told. Oh, I'm gonna go straight. And I'm telling you, I think that's going to play against him. He likes the contact, and I think that's going to really it's going to really play hard against him. But I do hear what you're saying, Bo. I hear you, man. Just keep that same energy, because we love you too.
Same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy.
Bold prediction for myself. Let me tell you, this is going to be an absolutely not going to happen, but it's a bold prediction that the officials will call a clean game.
Oh, man, you're right. That is not happening. That's you right. You know,
it's
that's
more
like
a clean game, everybody.
That's more like an exorcism you talking about. You might
I got a better one. I got a better one. The Lions win the game on a call that favors us. Like,
oh my God! Now listen, y'all. It's called bold prediction, not send up a prayer. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do a bold prediction. We're not giving up prayers. Those are all prayers the referees call a clean game. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
They ever called a clean game?
Listen, you got to give them the Jim Moore on that. You got to give them the Jim Moore. Are you kidding me? The refs called a clean game? Don't say that. Don't say that.
That's not gonna happen.
We're just trying to get through 60 minutes without a call ever getting called on us. I mean, come on,
just
man.
Trying to get through 2 minutes without a call being called on us.
I'm just saying, Lord Jesus.
Hey, Bo Geddins, awesome, man. He gained a sub. Thank you so much for subbing to us.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you, bro.
No, but he said the ref's gonna call a clean game. I almost passed out. Y'all don't understand. I was trying to find it. I checked my blood pressure, like I might be hearing things. See if I'm
oh my God.
Right, like what did you say? The ref's gonna call a clean game, and then here come PD telling us they're gonna have a call that go in our favor. When did that happen? What universe you was in when that's gonna happen? No, we can't do that. We not nope.
Hey, we got one in 2011. I don't remember if y'all remember, but DeAndre Levy against the Vikings, he got away with a face mask on the 1 yard line.
Man, they probably owed us that from 3 years ago. They just catching up to all the calls they don't call. Man, they got videos.
They probably owed us that in the same game. They probably did something stupid. True.
Right.
That's probably
that was a break. That was a break, though. That was a break.
It was a break, but I'm just saying though, when you can make a 19-minute video of the NFL cheating the Lions, they owed us about 20 more. I mean, come on.
That's so true.
You know, we owe us something. But no, I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure we get those likes up. We want to get this thing in circulation. And again, even if you are a Raiders fan, hit us up if you want to come on the show. If it's two of y'all Raiders who want to come on the show, we'll get y'all both on so that way y'all don't feel intimidated. Y'all can kind of bounce off of each other and stuff like that. But even if y'all win, which I'm not saying you are, but if y'all do, we big boys, we know how to take it. So go ahead and come on the show and talk a little trash to us if y'all win. If y'all lose, keep that same energy, okay?
Yep. And we're gonna keep it if we lose.
We're gonna keep that same energy too if we take an L. Trust me.
Take the L, yeah.
We had to listen to a Packer fan troll us for about a few hours as he came in smiling, you know, just feeling so good about the win and what can we do with it? But yeah. But definitely want to get people on, even if you're not a fan of the Lions, just get you on and be able to support your team.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about final score. Positively, what do you got for the final score of this game? Who do you got winning? What do you got? Tell us all.
Oh man. Okay, my bold prediction. If I'm going the super bold one, if my bold one comes true, it's going to be 56-20.
Holy shit!
But that's the bold one. That's the bold one. The more realistic one, it's going to be a dogfight. I think 28-24. I think the line. I don't know. I feel great today. I haven't felt this great about a game in a long. I feel better about this game than we all felt about the Cardinals game. So, like, I don't know why. I just got
that didn't work out too well.
No, I felt really good that game.
No, I was like scared. I was the lone scared one in the Cardinals game, but I haven't felt this good about a game in a long time. I'm just gonna tell you that. I haven't felt this good about a game in a long time, whether it's close or whether it's not close. I feel good about this game. I think the Lions get the job done today.
Hey, I'm with him. I feel good with him on it because he's got me feeling good. So I'm just gonna go with the high. Never fight against the high people. So yes, I'm gonna go with PD on this. I think that we win the game, but I think that the score is gonna be a little bit different. I think that we score 31 points, and I think that we hold them to at least 21. So I got us winning by 10, 31-21 Detroit Lions.
Ooh, J-Mo, what do you got, man? Final score, who gets the dub?
I mean, all I'm gonna say is the Lions are the type of team to win this game 10-6. But I mean, I've seen us do it. But I would say I'm gonna go with 34-27. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Our defense gonna give up a lot of points, but in the end, we gonna score more points, and we gonna torch that Raiders defense. We gonna shut down Josh Jacobs situationally. And play some solid defense at the end to keep them from time to score back up. I think we win by a touchdown and we score 30+ points.
Okay. TA, what you got?
Up, though? I got the Detroit Lions winning today. The final score for me will be 28-17. Detroit Lions get the win. They sneak out of Oakland with a win today.
I don't like how long it took you to respond to that. You got me a little nervous. Don't play with me like that, man. Get it out, TA. Don't be pausing like that, bro. Got me all.
Hey,
all
Luke, I'm multitasking, man. I'm doing a lot, man. A lot with a little.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
I am the pessimistic one on this panel. I'm nervous as all can be about this game. I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at their offensive line and I just seen how really good it is. I mean,
it is good.
It's very good, and their ability to run the ball. I feel like this is a trap game. I truly do. I do have the Lions winning 28-27, but in all honesty, man, I could see this being flipped, and we're gonna at the last minute get our hearts broken with the field goal. Man,
it's possible.
I could see it happening. I'm nervous, man. I'm absolutely nervous about this game, but I am predicting the line. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on you, Geddens. I'm not.
No,
this is the one game I'm nervous about. If you've seen my breakdown of this, I think for 1 minute straight, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Well, we ain't gonna sleep on it.
If you see my video too, I was like saying like, you know, the Raiders are like really good. We're basically evenly matched, and they got a really good offense. Like that's what I said. This is one of them games. The Lions, you gonna have to show me something. Go out and win, because like the Raiders, I think they're a good team. I know they're 3-4, but every single game they've lost has been a close game to a good team, and they beat the Colts.
Yeah.
So,
and when you got an offensive line like they do, it just makes it really hard to win because you win in the trenches. And when I seen their offensive line, my jaw dropped, and I said, "Damn, I wish I had an offensive line like this."
Yeah, I suspect that this is going to be the game that we see more blitzes. I think the Lions are going to blitz more this game because they know that getting the quarterback to try to throw on the go is what they want. They've been playing keep the quarterback in the pocket and force him to make plays without moving. But I think they're going to blitz him a lot this time around. So I expect for us to to show up and to do enough to have the Raiders play the game that we want them to play versus letting them play the game that they want to play. Plus, let's be honest, man. You really just got to stop. You really just got to stop the run attack and take away the tight end and let the rest be funneled down the field through Carr. I think we can win that matchup. And we real familiar with Nevin Lawson, right? We real familiar with him. He can't cover poop with a blanket. So let's just go ahead and pick on him.
Lawson.
He can't cover a baby with a blanket.
No, he can't do none of that, man. Let's just go ahead and target him, man.
I guarantee y'all something. Danny Amendola is going to cook him on every third down. We going to Nevin Lawson.
Hey, put Marvin Hall on him.
Oh man, that's
you just. I know Amendola will fight him every time. Every time.
For sure, folks. We're getting close to the start of the 1 p.m. Eastern time games, and we wanted to get on before so y'all can enjoy some football before the Lions football. So I'm going to do last words positively. What do you got to say to the folks?
Hey, man, everybody, thanks for coming in. Shout out to the Raiders fans in here.
Yeah, support,
too,
man.
Especially, but especially shout out to the Lions fans. But thank y'all for tuning in. I mean, I really never know how to put into words how grateful we are for having y'all in here, and especially seeing fans from the other team in here. It means a lot. And will my bold prediction come true? Probably not. I think it's going to be a close. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I hope my bold prediction comes true. You could see a dogfight, but yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Go Lions!
Go Lions! Okay, Luke
Lions.
G, what do you got to say to the folks?
Man, hey, just first of all, again, for those people who are saying that they're going to come on to the post-game show, please make sure you hit us up on Twitter. My handle is at FieldGs, literally like the football field, and then the letter G and the S, at FieldGs. Or if you're on Discord, go to any of my videos. You will see my Discord and my contact information all right there. Hit me up, and we will get you on. I like to end every show on a positive note. Today, the clocks roll back. And while it's not necessarily possible for us to always roll back time, it is also to be able to have the ability to just accept the time that we do have. So make sure you use that time wisely, enjoy your life minutes, and live it to the fullest. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you subscribe to the members of the DSA, and don't be no chump. Please do your research.
JMO, what do you got for the chat?
All right, guys. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been on a pregame show, man. I'll be working on most Sundays, but I'm glad to talk to y'all, man. We got a very big game today. If you watch my video, I think this is a very close game. These teams are very evenly matched, and this is just a game we're gonna have to go out and win because I feel like the Lions have way much more riding on the line than the Raiders do, simply because the Raiders have lower expectations this year. No one is expecting them to be as good as they even are right now. But this is a game that we can't let them take this game from us. Because really, they're not going to do anything when it comes to winning the playoffs. So we might not do anything either. But this is a game that we have to win to even have any type of chance. Our season is on the line. Like I said, week 3 and 3. It's the middle of the season. This is the point in the season where you either going to go up or you're going to go down. And I told Lions fans this 3 weeks ago. That's why I love that everything is documented, that the Raiders game was the biggest game of the season. Now we're here now, and I still feel the same way. This is a game that I don't know how you got to win. I don't know how it's going to happen. I think it's going to be very, very competitive. So we just got to find a way to get this win. Go Lions, man.
Absolutely. And again, if you're not listening, the post-game show is on Luke G. Field's review after and following the game. So jump on there, subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so. TA, what do you got to say to the folks?
Man, if there's any glimmer of hope, people, I hope that today is that day. If you had any inkling of hope, I hope today is the day that you get what you want. I hope today that you'll be able to enjoy football with the Detroit Lions on today. And with that being said, I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that came on the show today. We appreciate you guys, the Raiders fans. We appreciate you guys for coming on, and we're always open to having conversations with other teams and things of that nature and fans of other teams. So we like to hear your voice as well. And definitely, man, go Lions on today. And we must go out with all calls to go out there to Oakland and get the W. And with that being said, I give it back to the maestro, Micro Mike.
All right. Yeah, again, to the players for the Lions as well as the Raiders, I want to see an outcome of no injuries. Let's keep it safe so the players can move on. I got no hate for the Raiders. They seem to be like the Lions of the West Coast, getting screwed over by the refs and, have the ability to really play well, but unfortunately gets a bad record like we do sometimes. So I wish him nothing but the best. After this game, we got to get that W, though, folks. Again, the post-game show is on Luke G's Field Review. Following the game, make sure you subscribe to his channel because usually the post-game show is extremely fire every single time because emotions are riding high, and we love it that way. Either good or bad, it's going to be high. So jump on there. Contact.
Mike,
Yep.
sad part is the post game show be better when they lose.
Bruh, we be going off.
Man.
We listen when we see everything.
Bro, when they tie Arizona, that might be a top 3 show of all time when they tie Arizona. Oh my
I
god,
was mad.
That was awful.
Yeah, and I usually go off. I usually go off even in wins though. Like I've been the one been called crazy for going off in wins. They're like, bro, we won. I don't care. I know what I saw. It won't work next week. We can't do that. And so trust me, win, lose, or draw, Luke generally has his own view separate of the results.
That's why it's Luke G's Field View and Review. So make sure you subscribe. Jump on there. With that said, folks, I like to leave you with the greatest words of all time. Adios.